So what I'm working on for Unreal is a clothing concept called It's Worn with Words, putting designs with the last names of famous historical figures. We're using quotes and really beautiful definitions of English words and foreign translations. And the last category is places. So really we're just trying to pull together all these historical inspirations, anything that you might feel an affinity to, and putting it on a shirt in hopes to start a conversation. At the beginning of Unreal Collective, It's Worn with Words had 8 listings on Etsy. Now we have almost 200. I think I went from making about $200 a month in revenue to this, in the last 30 days, we've done about $1,100 in revenue. So it's been a really great, drastic change. It's been awesome. So my hope for Unreal Collective, honestly, was significant progress, which I have seen. I think for a lot of people, there's always this disconnect between what we want to be doing and what we're actually doing. And Unreal has been fantastic in terms of the network, the guidance through that in order to get from point A to point B in that respect. So my experience in Unreal, with my group in particular, has been fantastic. It's really awesome to meet a community of like-minded people who are really ambitious and interested in making that next step. So just being in that environment in of itself is awesome. But it's also great to be around people who have skill sets in other areas that are just like fantastic and can really help me out. For example, in my group, since I am doing an apparel brand, there's someone in my group who had a company who printed t-shirts and was really successful. And he's been super helpful, connected me to a couple of fantastic people that I think are going to help me break through some barriers that otherwise, frankly, I couldn't do. And also in my group, there's a designer who has a lot of great insight as I try to put together the brand and some of the apparel work. So it's been fantastic to have that support. The crazy thing about getting like-minded people in a room is that we understand each other, and when somebody else has a barrier, it just helps to have that kind of outside perspective and say, hey, here's the blind spot I think what you're dealing with, here's what I've been through before, and it's been awesome to be able to feel like I can help other people in that way. The type of person that I think would benefit from Unreal Collective is someone who's ambitious, willing to put in the work, and ultimately has a goal that they're really working towards, but they realize there's kind of a disconnect between what they are doing and what they should be doing. And I think Jay and Unreal Collective can kind of come in and be the guidance, the resources, and the network to help you kind of bridge that gap from A to B. So if you're working on a project and you want to be working on a project and you're willing to put in the work and give back to that community, this is the place to be.